event, Asia. Then we move up. And once again, you look at the amazing architecture. And then you come to this. This symbol right here. This symbol in Chinese basically means happiness dropped from heaven. And it's a spider. It's a symbol of a spider. With the 8 legs. Now we're going to keep investigating. This gets crazier as we go up. Look at this. Look how precisely placed all these trees. This was all perfectly planned. Look at that. We come to an image of the dark star blocking out the sun. See the sun's rays coming out from around it. Now you'll notice that this is not a small thing. This is 331 feet across. Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. There's a whole scene. You have the Earth right here, the moon, the sun being blocked out by the dark star, and the planet down here, and an alien head looking down upon it. Look at that. What's great about this is it only forms it from the air. Look at that. That's Asia right there. That's the Earth when you see it from with Asia. The moon, the dark star, blocking out the sun, and an alien head looking upon the whole event going on, watching it. And here's the companion body to the dark star, the 10th planet. And there you have an amazing scene that can only be seen from the sky. That's what's amazing about this architecture. This was not cheap. When you come down here and you look at this at a close-up, you cannot notice that that's Asia. It doesn't look anything like anything. It just looks like a building. But the way they were designed were to give it that look when being viewed from an aerial view. Look at that. You have Asia and the alien head. So let's keep investigating. You'll notice no cars on the road. You have this interesting symbol here. And you keep going. And what else do you have right there? You have the horse. Well, we originally started out this whole thing at the horse over in Denver. You have the horse right here. And then you have the spiral, the vortex, whatever you want to call it. If you come up further, you've got these smiley faces right here with some sort of landing pad, helicopter landing pad, maybe something else. You've got the spirals made out of the hedges, spirals in the eyes, make up the eyes of the happy faces and the faces. Now let's look at the surrounding area. Look at the parking lots, empty. Tennis courts, swimming pools. Look at this area. There's a track. This is probably a school right here because there's a track. All empty. All these houses. Streets empty. That's spooky. How often? Here's another landing pad of some sort being built. Look at this thing. And once again, built up into the far areas, way away from the water, up into the high grounds, with weird alien symbolism. Let's look at this building close up. Watch this. Look at the architecture that went into making this look like an alien head from the sky. You wouldn't see it from the ground. It looked like a big rock. But once you go up to a certain area in the sky, the whole picture becomes clear. Earth, moon, dark star, sun, alien head. a giant scepter. The whole area is uninhabited, basically. Ghost cities are the product of a failed economy in that local town, which usually causes everybody to leave the town. People don't build ghost cities. When was the last time you saw a ghost city being built? So there you have it. Something strange going on in the hills of China. Weird, or you can even see it better from up at this high. The Earth, the scepter, and the alien head looking down upon the whole event. Like they're here to watch. Something's going on. The truth is out there. First and foremost, the things you want to avoid through this time of calamity is the oceans. If you live within 100 miles of the coast, you're within a very dangerous zone. The amount of water in the oceans, the depth, and the possibility of an axis shift could easily send all the world's oceans spilling over the land, possibly even up to thousands of miles or more inland. Most people don't realize how vast the oceans are. Okay, just take a look at this. This is the Pacific Ocean here. This covers 1/2 of the entire world. Okay, and not only does it cover 1/2 of the entire world, it's 3 miles deep everywhere you go. If you look at the down here, look at the elevation. Okay, 17,000 feet, 14,000, 15,000, 10,000. For the most part, the whole entire ocean. Look up here, 19,000. There's even 20,000 in there. You know, for the most part, the entire ocean is 3 miles deep everywhere you go. The Atlantic Ocean, 16,000, 18,000 feet, 17,000. You'll notice that fairly everywhere you go, the ocean is pretty consistently 3 miles deep. So that's a lot of water. And if you look at it in comparison to the United States, okay, just one little blurb like that, and they could just send that water rushing inward. I wanted to show you about the water and how it's important not to be near the coast. The Earth spins in that direction. Okay? Now, because of the Earth spinning at 1,350 miles an hour, the water has piled up on the equator here from the centrifugal force. Okay, that's why the tides are higher in this region. That's why, centrifugal force is basically going to pile the water up on the equator. And so, imagine if all of a sudden, bam, the world goes like that. Okay, all that water has got to go somewhere, and it's going to slosh all around the planet. Let's go into Salt Lake. Okay, Great Salt Desert, Great Salt Lake. Okay, you got the salt flats. Okay, look at this. How did a Great Salt Lake get all the way up here? Okay, why is this salt water here? Okay, the scientists will tell you because it's mineral deposits that run off from the mountains. Malarkey. Okay, this used to be a gigantic lake. Over the last thousands of years, this thing has receded because it's evaporated, because it's not like a normal lake. It doesn't have feeders and offshoots. It basically has receded, and it's so salty now because it's just receded and left the salts behind, and it barely supports any life. The only life that lives there is brine shrimp. Okay, where do brine shrimp come from? They come from the ocean. Okay, so how did this lake get here? So that tells you that at one time that the ocean washed all the way up in here.